Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu wattaqullaha wa dharu ma baqiya min ar-riba in kuntum mu'minin. Oh, you who believe, be conscious of God and leave what remains from this usury. If you truly believe in God, leave what remains from this usury if you truly believe in God. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, and if you don't do it, فَأَذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, then be warned of a war from God and His Messenger. Be warned. Allah's given a warning. Be warned. Now, the Jews know this. The Christians know this. It wasn't until 1832 that the Catholic Church started permitting this stuff. They knew it. It's in their books. It's in the Torah. They know. Aristotle said it's the most unnatural form of wealth acquisition. Even the philosophers condemn it. You don't have to be a prophet to know the dangers and the inherent evils of this system. But wallahi, thumma wallahi, if you want to understand this situation, this is just one skirmish in a war that God has declared on a system that is unjust, that deprives people of their wealth, deprives people of their businesses, deprives people of their homes. With usury, everything foul comes to be. And that's why Muslims, they read these hadiths about the usury and they wonder, what's going on? Now look what's going on. Look where it leads. Look at the kind of suffering that this situation causes. But Allah says in Quran, يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. God will make usury vanish. He makes it vanish. The muhaq is the moon when it disappears. It just disappears. People say, where'd it go? $1 trillion just disappeared from the market. It just disappeared. That's what they say. It just disappeared. Where did it go? Allah made it disappear. That's what Allah says in the Quran. He will make it disappear. And that's exactly what happened. So if you want to understand the Quran, you've been reading the Quran for a month. If you want to understand the Quran, I'm going to sum up the Quran in one statement. The Quran is to metaphysics what Newton is to physics. If you want to understand physics, you read Newton. He'll explain to you that every cause has an effect. And you do it, you take a ball and knock another ball, and sure enough, it works. Newton's physics works. If you study his physics, they can apply those experiments again and again, falsify them in laboratories all over the world, and they get the same results because he was an observational physicist. He looked at things and he set up laws. And those laws are consistent with human experience, which is why they're still taught all over. What does the Quran do? It teaches you how to see how the metaphysical world works. The laws of metaphysics, the laws of spiritual cause and effect. That if you do certain things in the spiritual world, certain things happen. If you cheat people, there are spiritual consequences, not just legal consequences, because there's people that get away from that. They get around that. They've got golden parachutes now bailing out criminals. There's people that can get around the legalities of things, but you cannot avoid the metaphysics of things. And these are truths that every religion knows. The Hindus know these truths, the Christians know these truths, the Buddhists know these truths, the Confucianists know these truths. The Jews know these truths, and most certainly the Muslims, because we believe it's in its purest form in the Quran. We know these truths. يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. That is a metaphysical law that will never change. Even if it takes time for it to implement, because it's not like the physical laws. God is generous. God is forgiving. God gives respite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He will afflict you with harm and good. Why? لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَضَرَّعُونَ. Perhaps they might become humble. Perhaps they might turn to God. Even Pharaoh gets his chance. Even Pharaoh, he gets his chance. So Ramadan is a time to remember the poor, but don't let that lesson be forgotten in Shawwal. The Lord of Ramadan is the Lord of Shawwal. He's the Lord of Dhul Qa'dah. He's the Lord of Dhul Hijjah. He's the Lord of Muharram. He's the Lord of Safar. He's the Lord of Rabi' al-Awwal. He's the Lord of Rabi' al-Thani, of Jumad al-Ula, of Jumad al-Thani. He's the Lord of Rajab. He's the Lord of Sha'ban. And He's most certainly the Lord of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Lord of time. لا تسب الدهر فإنني أنا الدهر. Do not curse time, because time is mine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us time to draw near to Him in good deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us, the more you do, the closer you get to God. The less you do, the further away you get to God. But we will meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment, and He will surely ask us about what we did. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your fasting, your prayers, your recitation of Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our worship. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us taste the benefits of Ramadan in Shawwal. I encourage everybody to fast the 6 days of Shawwal. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man atba'a Ramadan بِسِتٍ مِّن شَوَّالٍ فَكَأَنَّهُ صَامَ الدَّهْرَ." Whoever follows up Ramadan with 6 days from Shawwal, it's as if he fasted the whole year. 30 days in Ramadan, 310 times and multiplied. And then 6 days, 60 times, so 360. It's as if you fasted the whole year. Imam Malik, according to him, that can go all the way up to the next Sha'ban, the end of Sha'ban. The min there is lil ibtida, it's not for tab'id like in Imam Shafi'i's madhab. It's a partitive preposition, meaning from Shawwal specifically. Imam Malik said no, it goes all the way. It's a difference of opinion, it's a blessing. If you can't do it in Shawwal, try to do it even if it's separate throughout the year, at least 6 days. May Allah give you all tawfiq. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين.